Howdy folks, how we doing? Yeah, all the bales are carted, all the rounds, all the squares. Harvest is done. It's, you know, it's weird. It's just, you know, it's sort of week. It's a week. You know, still got a week of August left. So yeah, so I've got the flat lift on the back, and we're going to go and see how the ground will flat lift. Might be hard. Well, we mowed it last year. I'll tell you a bit more when we get in the field, like. But we mowed it last year. Yeah, just want to say a big shout out to me old mate, buddy pal, Mr. Pemberton, because whenever he does an over-the-shoulder view like this, it's I think what's he called it, the Saunders view or something, or the George view. So cheers, Tom boy. Hope you're doing all right, my old mate. I'm guessing a fair few, you know, there's quite a bit of crossover on viewers, like, you know. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get into this field. It's amazing how a tractor transforms when it hasn't got like a tray, you know, when it's carrying weight. So we've got the flat lift on the back, not the heaviest implement in the world, but heavy enough. 900 kilogram on the front, and it makes a hell of a difference to the way a tractor goes down the road. And this is a very uneven road. It chucks you about a lot, like. But yeah, you see, as soon as you stick weight on, it tends to make everything good. Flat lift. Confirm that. That's cool. So we're ready. So we need to. Transmission needs to be in most aggressive. We want four-wheel drive. We want auto diff lock, and then we want to. Just adjust our speed settings, so we'll come into F1 and we'll set it at 5k for a start. See how we get on with that. So what I've done is I have set it to a curved AB. So basically the tram lines in this field, you can probably see they just follow the road, follow the ditch, so they go in a curve, and that is what I plan to do. So I've just put that AB line in, which you can do obviously with the CHC nav. Well, you put in any sort of AB line, you can see the curve. So anyway, we'll engage that. That's engaged. A few revs. Just stop a minute. That wants to be all the way down. Get her moving. Ooh! Well, that's gone well, hasn't it? Like, that's gone well. Let's lift that out, shall we? Can you see the leg? Immediately. So, yeah, good start that, isn't it? Park brake on. We've done, maybe 5 foot. Let's have a look. So, 1, 2. I think it was near enough. I think it was near enough immediate, wasn't it? Like. That's like where it entered. That's where it pulled off. But that is, well, it is on the tram line. So there we go. Anyway, that will set the precedent, no doubt. We'll get a bolt out and get that replaced. And what I might do is actually start not on a tram line, and we'll see how well that pulls in. But yeah, it's hard. So I've got me parts storage on the front weight. So in there you can see we've got the wearing metal, full set of points, full set of shins, 2 pair of wings, yeah, MX 900 weight. You can get toolboxes for the front of these. Go in, they slot in them holes and it sits on the front here. But this is what we've got at the minute anyway. So I think we're going to need the hammer, we're going to need the socket, we're going to need a spanner, going to need one of them bolts, we're probably going to need the punch, yeah, so we may even need the spanner and adjustable, but we'll see how we get on. So there is a smidge of moisture down there, but it is still hard. It's still hard. That's the reason I thought I possibly need the chisel and hammer. Something for a metal detector, that is. The insides of these are getting a bit. They're not in the best of nick, if I'm honest. Still got the inserts and everything in there, but they don't tend to shear hugely nicely. They tend to shear with a bit of mess left on them. Sometimes you'll have a sliver of metal inside there, and you'll have to punch them out. We may have to. Gonna have to get the big spanner so we can undo that. Should have bought me big gun really, but never mind. Fall on the floor. The Hellfire, that's got tight over the winter. There she goes. Take your leg off. Right. New bolt in. So that is kind of why these shear more often than they should, because I'll show you. Like this front, well, it's basically, come on camera, you see that one? Nice and tight to the leg. See that one? Lovely and tight to the leg. This one, as over the years, when it's the bolt's broke incorrectly, it's got jammed in there and it wedges it open. You can see the gap. Guess I'm going to pull that in a little bit, but not enough. And you can see I have in the past welded that, got it closed up, welded that brace on, but that's cracked, and it's just probably wants a new one of them, or this bending back so that it's not splayed out at the top. You see, that's the trouble. So when we get that, we even want to get this wound up. There's still a. So you've still got 5mm there, something like that. Which hence why I do knit this up and all. Not that whether it makes any difference or not, the pivot bolt, but there we go. Anyway, we'll pull out of this bit, go on a bit that isn't a tram line, see what that does. Cross your old fingers and all that. Wow. Yeah, we're just parked here. Let's strain off the transmission. Come on, girl. Oh, bloody hellfire. he knows about it. But it is, as you can see, it is lifting it. Excuse me, it's lifting it well. Of course, what it's designed to do is designed to lift up, and then Packer pushes it back down again. We may just have to lift it out a smidge. So you remember what I said about earlier about like we moulded it last year? Well, I moulded that top section, probably top 40 yards, something like that, 40-50 metres with the FW. That was when she was really starting to develop them problems with the clutch boosters and everything like. So then this took over, and that top section was hard going, but as it come down the field it got, you know, easier because this was pulling the mould. So I didn't think it'd be quite this hard, but yeah, that is, yeah, it's pulling hard, isn't it? Pulling very hard. So as you can see, I have stopped flat lifting. I'm just carting a little bit of muck. Basically, after sort of like the first half of yesterday, which was when I was flat lifting, and I come back last minute, took over for half hour. That I can't remember if I said about it. Basically, one of the brackets where the shear bolt goes through is like splayed open a bit, so the bolts just were, you know, popping far more regular than they should have done. Anyway, I ended up popping after that first one 7 more bolts, so I give up in the end. And we've got the new bit, a new main pin coming. That'll be next week now. But they can't carry on like that, can you? I was out the tractor stop changing bolts more often than I was going along. So when we get back to the yard, I'll just show. Yeah, I can still show. We took it all off, ready to put the new one back on, but I can show you what the problem was anyway. But yeah, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. But next week we've got Tech Restorer coming, toolbar, very nice. So the FW coming back to the farm. What else we got? Oh, when we get back to the yard, I'll show you something else that turned up today. Very nice it is too, and I'll be doing a video on. So anyway, let's head back. I wanted just to do another video of the exhaust, because you can't really, from in here, you can't really tell, you know, it doesn't really sound throaty at all. But when I put it on, coming back with that load of square valves, I was like, bloody hell, that sounds alright. Right, really quite throaty like. You know, your window opening here, you just cannot hear it. So I thought, bugger it, we'll have a bit more of that. I love a bit of Cummins symphony. So hence we come up here with the mic just by the exhaust and the camera on the trailer there, like. So yeah, just shame you can't get that little growl in here, like. So yeah, we've got a bit of double trouble. So Oliver Lampower have just dropped that in for us. Agri Pro 54270, so same specs basically as our one, because that's a 54270 Agri Pro. But that was obviously flagship loader when we got that. So, but that would now be an Agri Extra, that one, because this is the Agri Pro, which is dual tech VT, but now has got a 170 horsepower engine and does 50k. So yeah, we'll be having a look at her in an upcoming video. Smart bit of kit, very smart bit of kit. Yeah, see, this is the knackered one. You can see how much. If I put my thumb in there and then come up here, see the amount of play it's got. It hasn't got any there, look, and that's what kept popping the bolt regularly, and you can see in there as well, like when they go, it's been gouging out, and that's just a bit of metal in my finger. Same that side, and that's what kept popping it. So yeah, new one of them coming, new pin, and then yeah, that should then hopefully be the shear pin should hopefully, shear bolt should hopefully operate like a shear bolt, not go just when it gets slightly too hard. So anyway, that's that. Oh, Belarus, I will get her going one day. One day she'll get going. Yeah, what the? Maybe how's that happened? You see my the temporary fuel tank I put on to because the old one was rusted. That is, yeah, oh, a cow must have done that. That's seen better days, that has, hasn't it? So we've got to sort that out before we do anything with it, like. Yeah. More fun and games anyway. Poor old thing. Hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Ta-ta.